What's up everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. Today we have a JoJo drawing, Jotaro from part 6, Stone Ocean. Key visuals were released for Stone Ocean for the new anime, so thought I'd do this Jotaro one. Looks pretty cool. So, landscape, orientation, paper, use a pencil and eraser and hit pause if I go too fast. So as usual, some of his face is covered by that massive collar he has. So it's a bit of a dynamic pose, a bit tricky. So take your time, definitely pencil and eraser, right? So we'll start with his eyes. So his head's a little bit tilted, right? So we'll, like one eye's slightly higher than the other. We're kind of not perfectly horizontal, we're kind of a little bit diagonal, right? We'll do our best. Let's go. So we go up, across, like so, and then it goes down, right? And JoJo, you know, eyelashes can be quite thick and like eyelashes actually sticking off here. You know, in JoJo, that style. And then the bottom eyelid can be similar. Around there. And again, we'll just thicken this up. Like that, and we'll add some eyelashes. He's got quite long eyelashes in this version of the anime. And then his iris and his pupils. So we just do a sort of a half circle. Just there. And then the pupil in there. And again, if you want, because we're in JoJo land, add two sort of highlights for his eyes there. Okay. So now the other eye, right? So we're in proportion. So the width of the eye will fit in between both the eyes. Right? So that's where the next eye will start. So you got your eye width. Okay, so width of his eye fits in between, just about, okay? And that's where the next eye starts. And then we go up and across. And you notice this eye is higher up. So like, you know, we're not perfectly in line. It starts sort of above the tear duct. We're on this horizontal because his head is tilted, okay? It's a bit trickier than what we're used to, but we can do it. We can do it. Comes down like so. And again, you can thicken this up. Add some eyelashes. There. And then the bottom eyelid line again. Just underneath here, and we'll thicken this up as well. And then iris pupil, half circle in here, curves around there. Boop, 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 boop. Right, not bad. And then JoJo land, we have a double highlight in his eye here. So we can't really see much of his eyebrow because his cap sort of covers it, right? And his cap sort of starts, let's see, what can we see? So we'll do the line for the cap. So it comes like across his head this way. It comes down like so. So it's quite long out this way now. Comes back in there. And then we can see a sideburn here. Just get everything in the sort of in the right place. And another sideburn, sort of right beside his eyelashes, in here somewhere. So like side of his face here, so I'm gonna guess here. So like so, another sideburn. Right, like that. And then we got like eyebrows and stuff underneath. So his dark sort of eyebrow goes up underneath his hat there. He's got a line, comes down for his nose. And then we have an eyelid line here. Oh yeah, starting to look like Jotaro now. And then the other eyebrow, sort of underneath the hat over here. And then eyelid line. Again here. Right, so then we have some of those lines just on his cheeks, you know, those dark shadows. It's JoJo style. Here, some lines on his cheek there. Something coming in this way. So that's the sideburn there. Like so, right, so his nose, right, so we got like nostrils just down here, right, just to start us off. There's more detail, of course. We've got this sort of love heart or V sort of shape down here. Right, and it kind of comes around maybe a little bit at the top of the nostril there. That part's in shadow. And then we have some hatching coming up the nose. And down like that. And then his lips. So big lips in JoJo, right? So we got like a stretched out letter M for the center line, right, of his lips. Just there like that. Or it's like the handle of a bow and arrow. You know, the bow of a bow and arrow, the handle part. You know, if you had a string here, you have an arrow coming through here. I think that's why they call, I think the name of this is Cupid's bow or something. I'm not sure. And then the top lip just above that, same sort of thing, right? And then the bottom lip, slightly different, sort of more rounded sort of shape there. Then we'll just thicken this up, add a shadow underneath the bottom lip. And then some shadow just coming down his chin there. So his chin, speaking of which, is just here, like so. And then we can't see his jaw on this side, right? You could draw it in if you want, but he's got a big collar here. So we just see the jaw coming up the side of his face here. Real strong jaw in JoJo. So like real angle, like that. So proportion as well. So we're pretty much in standard human proportion. So eyes to the nostrils there is about the same as nostrils to the chin. And then nostrils to the bottom lip is about the same as bottom lip to the chin. So the nostrils are like halfway between the eyes and the chin. And then the bottom lip halfway between nostrils and chin. So like here and here are the same. And then here and here are the same, roughly speaking, right? So we can add his ears. So ear here. Bumps and stuff. Coming in around. And an earring. Alright, so kind of a frown line or something. there. Right, so that collar, so we can't really, we can see like some of the collar just coming up in front of his face here. Right. It's got a big chain on it, but we'll just draw the collar in first. And it comes back into his ear somewhere here. So the other ear, just underneath this cap, like here. And what we can see of his jaw would just be like the side of his face or something there. And then bones and ligaments on the inside of the ear. And then this chain starts here. And maybe some more of the collar. It's got like an edge on it. And this chain goes up around into here and down. So that's the start of the chain. We'll finish his head first before we move on down here. That's roughly his collar anyway. Another earring on his ear there. Right, so we got like some lines on his cheeks again here, and some lines just going down his jaw. Like so, and then side of his neck down like that. All right, and some like neck muscle lines there, here, and then his hat and his hair are like all the one thing, right? So his hair sort of starts from behind his neck here, goes behind his ear, and then we'll just add some sort of hair spikes coming out here. And then the other side of the hat. So we've got a buckle or something like here, a round buckle, and then the hat goes up and over. Right, that sort of shape. Then we got a strap coming across the front. So we got like these buckles and sort of golden sort of details. Like a loop here. And then this comes across. Like so, and then this could have like another section on it there. And then we got a green rim to his hat. Like so. And then we have that symbol, that hand symbol here. There's usually another symbol. There's normally like a hat and... Oh, they've changed it. Is that right? They got rid of one. There's normally another thing, like a circle or something here. But we had the hand anyway. So he's going on minimal on us. And then thumb. The hand coming down here. And then he has a star on his hat, right? So you've got like diagonal line here. Can't see the whole star, you can just see some of it because it goes, obviously goes around the back of his hat. Like so. And then not like a perfectly drawn star or anything. Like so. Right. So his body and his jacket and his hand and stuff, right? So let's see. So this collar, right, comes out from behind his ear here. And it's like a double line. Comes down out to there. This jacket will go diagonal this way. Like so. And this one goes down diagonal, like so. And then the inside of it bumps a little bit and then goes around here. Bumps a little bit and then goes around here. And like the side of his body goes this way. There's some chain there, but this is like the side of his body, and his arm will come out like here somewhere. We'll deal with that in a second. We'll go over here and we'll finish sort of more of the shapes for his collar. He's got a shoulder sticking out here. Real wide shoulders now in JoJo. And it's like a suit jacket, so it like sticks out, real angled here. So you're like head width at least, right? So the width of his head out again, that's how far you want to bring out the shoulder, like to his ears, all the way out there, okay? And then this arm comes off again, and then the side of his body like here. And then we've got like a line for the suit jacket going up this way. And then his arm, bicep that way. And what can we see here? Folds. Folds for clothing. So fold line in going this way. Fold line going that way. Fold line there. Around like so. Back up to there. Back up to here. Back in. So it's just all these folds on his clothing, and then there's a star here again on his shoulder. Like so. And then some yellow stripes coming across here. And just like a little tip when you're doing, so like when you're drawing lines like this, like lines that come across and you want them to be sort of smooth sort of lines, don't move your wrist, right? So I'll give you an example. So like he's got a zipper like here somewhere. So let's put it like here, right? So watch my hand now. I won't move my wrist. I'll just move my arm from my elbow, right? So I'm just doing this, or my shoulder, right? It's just, it gives you a smoother sort of line. So you don't move your wrist. Right, for little things then you can do from your fingers. Just, I guess, these technical things that no one talks about with drawing, you know, where you're drawing from, what like joint you're actually using. Like I'm just moving my fingers on my wrist there for these little things. But then for this line, it'll be all the way from the elbow. I won't move my fingers or my wrist at all. And that's how you kind of get that smooth line. Now you can sketch if you want, if you're worried about, you know, but Normally for lines like this, you can just do these big motions with your body, you know. Hopefully that helps someone out there anyway. So again, like here, so his collar curves in, down, around. So I'm not really moving my fingers or my wrist. I'm just sort of moving from my elbow and my shoulder. But you know, if you're worried about getting everything in the right place, obviously you'll be sketching more and like this kind of stuff, which is, you know, that's acceptable as well. Then when you're smoothing your lines, so say I did these lines real sketchy, so you can like smooth them then with your, you know, like that. And I think he has a shadow underneath his chin here. And some hatching, just some like so. And I think he has a star over here as well. It's got stars everywhere. Like so. And then we got some folds on his t-shirt down here. And there's a star on the t-shirt. But you gotta draw it so it mixes properly with the folds of his t-shirt. So, like say a fold there, and then make some hatching lines for where his chest should be. Right? So then there's a star here. So what you have to do is do the point here, right, on that fold, and then it sort of bends around the fold. Right, like this. Just to make it look like it's part of the t-shirt and it has fabric. You know? Like this. So you're doing these sort of bumpy lines, right? That's the top star, and then we go down top, like arm of the star. And you go down to the side stars that go underneath his jacket here. And kind of around his chest muscles. So they're kind of wobbly sort of lines. You're not trying to draw a dead straight star. It wouldn't make sense because of all the folds on his t-shirt. Okay. So roughly like that. Okay, so his other shoulder, arm, and hand, right? So over here, so collar comes down, and then we have these yellow strips. It'll go down across, like so, and then this comes down, across into there. So, and then so the fold for his arm comes the whole way down and joins his armpit here. And then we have some more details here. So we got this chain, right? So it's a bit complicated, so take your time. It's got a ball here. Right, and then a circle that comes out from that, and then another sort of ball shape down here. Original Jotaro, should I say, had like a full chain, I think. Like it was just chain links, I think anyway. Can't remember. Another ball down here. And then this comes down like so. And then there's like a fish hook down here. You know, and if you go over any of these lines, you can of course erase them. You know, any of the body lines that you shouldn't see underneath, you can just erase those, because you should be drawing with pencil. People not drawing with pencil right now are like, damn it. So what I'm doing now is adding shadows to the chain, right? These black lines that sort of follow the outside edge a little bit, just to sort of give it a sense that it's like a 3D object. Okay? Kind of just makes them pop a little bit. Very simple way of adding some form to shapes like this. So I'll erase these lines after when I'm coloring. You know, these ones underneath the chains that we shouldn't see. And then we got like some more yellow strips underneath the chain. He's got 2 strips on each side of his jacket, so there's lines going down the center of them. I think there's like a little edge line or something here, like so. And then he has another zip here. Do the dangly bit first, and then the pocket lines going diagonal down like so, and a center line here. I think there's like some fold lines and hatching on his jacket. Okay, so this hand, right? So we've got like his arm here. So it like comes up. And then we've got like his forearm. And his elbow. So everything's sort of shortened here because his arm is kind of outstretched, right? So it looks kind of stumpy, but that's sort of the whole idea, right? So you want it to be this sort of stumpy kind of shape rather than stretched out long. It's called foreshortening. And then this comes down for his sleeve, or like his cuff of his sleeve, just there. And then we have some like lines coming down side of his arm. Some more fold lines. So there's lots of these fold lines in this particular area. So now the hand, right? So it's an awkward position, right? So it's one finger outstretched and the other 3 folded back, and then the thumb kind of up here, okay? So we'll start with his little finger just here. And when you're doing fingers, you always have 3 segments. 2 knuckles down the finger, 1 there. So 3 knuckles, but 3 segments. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So your first segment here, second segment, third segment, right? So 1, 2, 3. And then this goes in for a knuckle. And then you meet the next finger, okay? So you have another 1 segment, 2 segment, 3 segment there. And then you have a knuckle there, okay? So this finger then lower. So we go 1, 2, 3. 3 segments, and then you have a knuckle. Goes a bit longer, and then we go into the outstretched finger, right? So we'll just add some details to these fingers now. So this is the little finger, so you can see like the nail, knuckle lines, right in there, right? And then we can see top of his finger here, comes around, goes behind this finger, and then fingernail with knuckle lines like so, and then this goes around. This. So this outstretched finger comes down here, and it comes from like inside here, so it goes like outstretched down. So we can't really see the segments here because it's like it's outstretched, right? So it's just like a round top on it, and it curves in a little bit and then back up to here. Okay, we go back in then to the thumb, and you can add some hatching lines just on the inside just to show those 3 segments that don't bend like these ones, because we're viewing these ones from the side, but you can still see them skin lines there where they normally fold. And then the bottom of his cuff for his sleeve just here, and you have like some hatching and stuff like this. My Sharpie is wasting. The inside of his wrist I think is in here. Okay. So then the thumb, so it kind of sticks up this way. So we go up, 1, 2, 3. Your thumb has 2 segments, but it has a knuckle here, so we can see the bend for the knuckle. So bend for the knuckle, then we go up 1, and then 2, and then curves around. I like the way these fingers are drawn. They're very clear. Sometimes in anime, they don't draw them too clear, but this is like nicely done. There's even these little details on them, like here. And then the palm of his hand comes out there. Line down like so. This comes across. So you can like thicken up the edge lines and stuff. Roughly speaking. Just making some lines darker, make them stand out a little bit more. And I think he just has like a little star here. We can just see one leg of it. And some writing there. But I think that's everything, guys. That is how to draw Jotaro from part 6 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.